The Steward's Mind, 30-Day Biblical Wealth Psychology Audio Journey. Week 4, The Hand, Session 16 to 20. Anchor Scripture, Proverbs 10 verse 4. Lazy hands make for poverty, but diligent hands bring wealth. Hebrew words to know. Lazy, which is remia, slack, deceitful, negligent, the hand that does not follow through. Diligent, cheroots, sharp, decisive, incisive, the hand that cuts through with intention. Brings wealth, ashar, to make rich, to accumulate, to press forward into increase. Solomon is not describing effort alone. He is describing the quality of engagement. The cheroot's hand is not frantic. It is focused. It does not scatter. It cuts. It does not manage scarcity. It moves toward increase with the confidence of someone who knows why they are building and who gave them the capacity to do it. The first 3 weeks we built the interior, the identity, the heart, the mind. Week 4 is where the interior renovation meets the practical world. The hand is where theology becomes behavior, where renewed identity becomes financial action. Session 16, The Steward's Hands, Owner versus Steward. Welcome to Session 16. I am Rich Abbott. This is The Steward's Mind, Week 4, the first session of 5 on the theme of the hand. For 3 weeks we have been doing interior work. Identity, heart, mind. We have been building the foundation, the renewed news, your mind, the guarded lev, your heart, the chosen identity of steward rather than victim or owner. We have established what you believe about money, where that belief came from, and what it means to be transformed by the renewing of the mind rather than conform to the pattern of the world. Now the rubber meets the road. Because the renewed mind that never produces changed behavior is not actually renewed. It is informed. There is a difference. Information without action is the most comfortable form of staying the same. You can know everything about stewardship and still live like someone who has never heard the word. Week 4 is about the hands, the practical, daily, financial decisions that either express the renewed identity or contradict it. And we begin with the most foundational distinction in all of biblical financial theology. The difference between an owner and a steward. Part 1. Who actually owns it? Let me ask you a question that sounds simple and is not. Who owns your money? Most people, if they are being honest, operate as if the answer is, I do. I earned it. I worked for it. I get to decide what to do with it. My money, my choices. That posture is deeply embedded in Western culture and the financial anxiety that pervades most households, that it rarely gets examined. But it is the posture of an owner, and the Bible consistently, clearly, and without apology frames the believer not as an owner but as a steward. Psalm 24 verse 1. The earth is the Lord's, and everything in it. Deuteronomy 8:17 to 18. You may say to yourself, my power and the strength of my hands have produced this wealth for me. But remember the Lord your God, for it is He who gives you the ability to produce wealth. Haggai 2 verse 8. The silver is mine and the gold is mine, declares the Lord Almighty. These are not peripheral texts. They are foundational. And what they establish is an understanding of money and resources that is categorically different from the ownership assumption that most of us absorbed from the culture around us. Everything belongs to God. You have been entrusted with a portion of it. Your role is not ownership, it is management on behalf of the owner. That is a steward. Part 2. What changes when you are a steward? The shift from owner to steward is not merely theological. It is profoundly practical. It changes the questions you ask. It changes the decisions you make. It changes your relationship with financial gain and financial loss. Here is how. An owner asks, "How much can I keep?" A steward asks, "How much can I manage well?" An owner experiences financial loss as a personal attack. Something was taken from me. A steward experiences financial loss as a management problem. How do I recalibrate and rebuild? An owner holds money with a closed fist, protecting what is mine. A steward holds money with an open hand, managing what has been entrusted and remaining available to deploy it wisely. An owner's financial decisions are driven by one primary question: what do I want? A steward's financial decisions are driven by a different set of questions. What is this resource for? What is the most faithful use of what has been entrusted to me? What does wise management look like in this moment? An owner feels guilt or shame around wealth accumulation, as if having more than enough is taking something that belongs to someone else. A steward understands that accumulating under management, building capacity for generosity, provision, and kingdom impact is faithfulness, not selfishness. Do you see the difference? It is not primarily a difference in behavior. It is a difference in identity that produces a difference in behavior. The hand moves differently when the heart knows it is a steward. Part 3. The parable of the talents. Jesus told the story in Matthew 25 that is perhaps the clearest picture of stewardship in the entire New Testament. A master going on a journey calls 3 servants and entrusts his property to them. To one he gives 5 talents, a talent being a unit of significant monetary value. To another 2, to another 1, each according to his ability. The first servant takes his 5 talents and invests them. He doubles the master's money. The second does the same. 2 becomes 4. The third servant, afraid of losing what was entrusted to him, buries his 1 talent in the ground. He keeps it safe. He returns it exactly as he received it, minus any growth, any increase, any fruit. When the master returns, he commends the first 2 servants with the same words, "Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful with a few things. I will put you in charge of many things." The third servant, the one who played it safe, who preserved rather than invested, who managed from fear rather than from faith, is rebuked, not for losing the master's money, for failing to put it to work. This parable is not primarily about money. It is about faithfulness with what we have been entrusted. But money is the instrument Jesus chose to make the point, and the point is clear. The faithful steward does not hoard, does not bury, does not preserve out of fear. The faithful steward puts what has been entrusted to work for increase, for fruitfulness, for the master's purposes. Burying your talent and calling it safety is not faithfulness. It is fear dressed as caution. Part 4. The Steward's Daily Posture. What does this mean on a Tuesday morning when you're looking at your bank balance and making decisions about where the money goes? It means asking different questions than you used to ask. Not, can I afford this, but is this the wisest use of what has been entrusted to me? Not, how little can I give and still feel okay about it? But, what does faithful generosity look like with what I currently manage? Not, when will I finally have enough to start investing? But, what is the faithful next step with what I have right now? Not, why does money always run out? But, what patterns in my management need to change for the outcomes to change? The steward's daily posture is not anxious. It is not passive. It is active, intentional, and grounded in the understanding that the resources passing through your hands are not ultimately yours, and that the greatest honor you can give the one who entrusted them is to manage them with diligence, wisdom, and faith. Part 5. Reflection. Before you close this session, I want you to sit with one question. In your daily financial decisions, not in theory, but in practice, are you operating as an owner or a steward? Not which one you want to be, which one you actually are right now, in the way you think about money, making decisions about money, or feel about money. Be honest. There is no shame in the answer. The owner posture was absorbed, not chosen, but you can choose now. What would one financial decision this week look like if it were made from a steward's posture rather than an owner's? Closing declaration. Say this: I am not an owner, I am a steward. Everything I have has been entrusted to me by the one who owns it all. I hold it with an open hand, I manage it with diligence. I ask not how much can I keep, but how faithfully I can manage. Well done, good and faithful steward. That is what I am building toward. This is Rich Abbott. This is The Steward's Mind. Session 17 is next.